Chat, it's your boy Max. We back with another video, back with another episode of React with Max, man. No cap. Today episode, we got a nigga YC sentenced to 105 years in Georgia prison. Let's get to it.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, and I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're gonna be speaking on a true story. We're gonna be speaking on a Georgia YC that was sentenced to 105 years.
Chat, so when he say YC, so what he saying, like, bro, they wild as fuck. So he said a Georgia YC, but the thumbnail is a white boy. So common sense will tell a nigga, right? The YC supposed to mean young cracker, because the YN mean young nigga. What the fuck? This shit crazy. In
Georgia State Prison. Now, we are currently in the era of the YCs. The YCs are on the rise, and as y'all know, 1900 Rugrat really kicked in the door with the cracker got an AR like he's shooting. Yeah, crazy, right? But it isn't just him. It gets even crazier. Now, CTS Lil Wick would prove to be one of the deadliest YCs that have come out in the rap game, actually catching a confirmed body and beating it in self-defense, and coming out of one of the most dangerous cities in the US. And just for an honorable mention, you can't talk about YCs without talking about Chicago's bands who passed away after allegedly being killed by the cartel.
I ain't gonna lie though, Jake. If you talk about YCs, you can't forget that cracker who used to act like he was cheeky. Back then, I forgot his name though, bro. That's the original YC, if anything. Slim Jesus, that's his name, Slim Jesus. No cap. Can't forget Slim Jesus. Ain't that his name? That's what I'm thinking about, Slim Jesus. That's the original YC.
For running off with some money. But today's YC
2012,
is none other than Bryson Brown, aka True Story. Augusta man gets 105 years for multiple entering auto charges. Now we're gonna break down what that actually means. An Augusta man has been sentenced to 105 years in prison for—
See what I be saying about the system though, chat? You would have thought, I ain't gonna lie, first instant, when they say he got sentenced to 105 years, I'm thinking, bro, done caught, like, he probably just got found guilty for, like, probably 2 bodies, a attempt, a shooting, and some more shit. This shit say, was under indictment for 14 counts of entering an automobile in a series of car break-ins. They just sentenced this man to 105 years in prison. That's the remainder of his time breathing on earth in prison for breaking in some fucking cars, bro. And a nigga will go smack a nigga, and you will go stand on top of a nigga, pump all type of lead in that nigga, drop the clip, put another clip in, pump more lead in that nigga, and get 20 years. You see how the system fucked up, chat? Like, this shit wicked, bro.
For numerous car break-ins in Columbia County. And with that, we're gonna pause right there.
Then, look at this shit. With the first 80 years to be served in confinement, which is prison, and the following 25 on probation. Who the fuck for to survive 80 years in prison? Make it make sense, bro.
This car break-in.
Ain't nobody finna live to see 25 years on probation, bitch. You just sentenced the nigga to death, bitch.
In Columbia County. And with that, we're gonna pause right there. What the fuck kind of cars are you breaking in that you get 105?
I ain't gonna lie. For him to get 105 years, I feel like he had to go on the spree and break in at least minimum, at least over 1,000 cars. Anything under 1,000 cars don't even make sense for 105 years. 105 years for breaking in fucking cars don't make sense at all. I'm not even gonna lie. 10 years, all right, you feel me? You went on the run, let's sit you down for a little second. Not even fucking 10 years. I ain't gonna lie, 10 years kind of cool, because that is a 3rd-degree felony. You feel me? So if you got a whole list of them shits, of multiple cars, 10 years kind of valid. You feel me? But 105 years for multiple 3rd-degree felonies is crazy.
Years, bro.
Especially when the max sentence that charge carry is 5 fucking years. Any 3rd-degree felony, max carry is 5 years. It don't make sense. Then we gotta break down these guidelines. We gotta go off your priors. See, do you even score out the prison? The nigga probably don't even got no priors. He probably don't even score out the prison. You need 44 points to score out to prison. You feel what I'm saying? Chat, like, this shit can get deep. I ain't gonna lie, he gonna come back. He gonna come back on the pill.
You got
that's
people
just crazy.
That rob Ahmed trucks.
That sentencing shit get deep, chat. I ain't gonna lie.
And get 20, 25. If somebody gets shot, they might get a life. But 105 years for essentially car hopping. If you were ever a badass kid, as I was at some point in time, you've gone in.
Facts. Car hopping. That's the name of it. Car hopping. Poking windows and shit.
The parking lot and just pull on door handles, just being stupid, right? And you find one that's unlocked, you might go in, you might not. There's even an infamous video from O Block of them running in a car.
Look at all of them coming. 100 people run into the car.
Chat, this is what he got 105 years for. This video right here is what he got 105 years for. Car hopping.
Mind you, 105 years for that shit. Bryson Noah Brown, 22, was under indictment for 14 counts of entering an auto.
I'm tripping. So I said 1,000 cars, right? This should say he was under indictment for 14 counts. That means 14 cars. He broke it to 14 cars. They got 105 fucking years, bro. It don't make sense.
Automobile in a series of car break-ins in the Martinez area. Brown was already on parole from a 2023 conviction under the First Offender Act for 19 counts of entering an automobile.
That's why they booked his ass. His ass was on parole. This nigga was on parole for breaking in cars already. In 2023, he got convicted. So that means parole is prison. That means, you feel me, he went to prison and EOS'd on parole. He went in front of the board and they released him. Plus he had 10 years on probation for 2021. So you already violated your 2021 probation, went to prison, got out on parole in 2023. That means your case still open. By receiving a conviction and 15 years probation on 2023. So you violated your probation. That's why his ass got booked, because his ass was on parole and probation. It was on probation. That's why they booked his ass.
He also was serving 10 years probation for a 2021 theft by receiving conviction and 15 years probation on 2023 entering auto charges. So bro's stealing everything. Your car, my car, the dealership, he's breaking in, he's fucking grabbing whatever the fuck. Now let me break this down for you. When it says counts, right? That's 14 cars that he hit. So he was already hit with running through 14 cars. He was on parole, meaning he already went to prison after doing basically the same shit in 2021.
Facts.
Oh, it was 2023 in which he hit 19 cars. So 19 plus 14, y'all do the math. Bro was running through.
Yeah, he was running through cars. They tired of him. You got booked for hitting 19 cars at first. Now you hitting 14 more. Like, yeah. And you on probation. You playing. That's why they booked his ass, because you playing. Oh, I be saying the crackers be giving niggas chances and chances and chances. Then when the crackers slime a nigga, We be like, damn, they just played the nigga, they just bailed the nigga, they just da-da-da. Nah. Crackers tired of a nigga, bro. Crackers get tired of a nigga. How many chances them crackers supposed to give a nigga, bro? Like, on some real shit, like, in reality, though, like, how many chances we expect from them crackers, bro? For them crackers just say, man, fuck these niggas, man. You feel me? Like, you playing. We just sent you to prison for 19 cars. You just broke in 19 cars. We just sent you to prison. Then you go in front of the board. You go in front of the parole board. Talk your shit. You feel me? You talk your shit to these crackers. You convince these crackers to let you out. That's what you do in front of the parole board. You sit in front of these white people. You sit in front of a couple of, it might be like one black person, but you sit in front of these white people and you gotta convince them to why they should let you out, bro, before your release date. That's what parole is. So you sit in front of these people and you convince these people to let you out on parole. In 10 years, what did I say? In 15 years probation. You convince these people. The 15 years probation was that was his plea. You feel me? They sentenced him to prison and probably additional 15 years probation. Just like they just sentenced him to 105 years. You got to do 80 years and 25 on probation. That's what probably his plea was then. You feel me? But you just got out doing the same shit. We just let you out. Now you want to do the same shit. You finna come back in front of us a year or two later for the same thing? And you want us to give you another chance? It don't make sense. That's why they banned his ass.
Now, numerous firearms were stolen from the vehicles in the latest series of break-ins, but were recovered by authorities. This is where things get different, right? At least in the state of Florida. I'm not sure about Georgia. In the state of Florida, when it comes to grand theft, it used to be anything, I believe, over maybe 1,000 was a felony, right? But if you steal over 100,000, that's punishable by life. So let's say you steal my car. My car is a very expensive car. It's over 100K. If you steal my car, that's already a PBO. If you steal a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, it's a PBO because the value of the car is over 100K, right? That's a serious ass crime. Now you go in a car, which is a burglary, on I believe a conveyance is the proper term for a vehicle. I'm thinking it's 5 years in the state of Florida, like third-degree felony, punishable with the 5 years in prison. If you become armed or you go into the situation armed, it turns into an armed burglary, punishable by life in the state of Florida. Just because of the fact that somebody could have got shot, even though there could have been nobody there. So the fact that he was getting guns and they recovered all the guns, that means they had him dead to rights, because how else did they get them all? They most likely caught him or a place that he frequents with all the weapons and tied it to him.
Then he got guns, he got the guns, they got the guns, so I didn't even know this shit was armed. You feel me? Anything armed is punishable by life, I ain't gonna lie. Armed robbery, armed burglary, armed carjacking, armed home invasion, anything armed, which is a firearm, is punishable by life. That's why they banned his ass. It makes sense, it's making sense, it's starting to make sense, chat.
Monday, Brown pled guilty to the new break-ins. He was sentenced by Columbia County Superior Court Judge Barry A. Fleming. Let's see what he looks like. Columbia County Court Judge Barry A. Fleming. Oh, he won abso-fucking-lutely%. Looks like he'll sentence your ass to 105 years. Motherfucker looked that cold and calculated. He looked like goddamn Hitman with the black, white, and the red. Y'all played the Hitman game? This motherfucker...
I ain't gonna lie, chat. Look at this judge, chat. This judge ain't playing, bro. You see the bags under the dog eyes, and I ain't gonna lie, he definitely look like he's standing on business, boy. Dog look like he on that, boy. That judge ain't fucking off, boy.
It looks dead serial. I mean, he don't even look happy here. And it says prominent Republican Georgia lawmaker Barry Fleming appointed. He got appointed to something. Look at this big old name tag he got. And he looks like he's about to kill everybody on the other side of the courtroom. This a bad motherfucker right here. Anyways, he sentenced him on the new charges and re-sentenced him for the 2023 convictions. Fleming gave Brown a combined 105 years in prison with the first.
He not playing. He not playing. He sentenced him on the new charges and re-sentenced him for the 2023 convictions. So this what he got paroled for when he got convicted for the first time, the 19, he got sentenced for that. He got re-sentenced for that, and he got sentenced for the new indictment for 14 cars. That's why he got the 105 years. Because when you on probation or parole, your case is still open. If you catch a new charge, they can reopen that case. That case is still open. They can re-sentence you on that case. Cause you playing. Cause you out here playing. He out here playing, chat.
80 to
He
be
out here
served
playing.
in confinement and the following 25 on probation. Now, when he says confinement, he doesn't mean in the box. He just means the first 80 got to be served in prison. Then after you get out, you know, when you're 102 years old, you still got 25 years on probation.
The first 80 gotta be served in prison. Bro, you can't even see the parole board till you touch your 80th year in prison, bro. You gotta do 80 years in prison before you can even see the parole board. Then you gonna be cooked, gang. Your skin gonna be falling off. You gonna be walking the shed. You damn near ain't even gonna be walking. How old this nigga is, bro? He 22. 80 plus 22. Bro, that's 102, gang. Fuck out of here, gang. You mean to tell me they finna let you EOS when you 102 years old? You damn near gonna be clocked out. You feel me? You damn near gonna be clocked out, gang. It's over with, bro. You just played.
Then after you get out, you know, when you're 102 years old, you still got 25 years on probation.
Still got 25 years on probation. You 102 years old. Bitch, you probably finna die the next day. Then you really gonna be fucked up. You gonna be fucked up in prison, gang. Prison, they don't take care of you, bro. So you ain't making it to 102. I don't think there's nobody in the prison system that's 102 years old right now. I ain't gonna lie. On some real shit.
He just got smoked. And even if you think you're doing some basic bummy shit, they will add all these charges up and get rid of you. And if your state has parole, whatever the fuck you were on parole for, all of these things are gonna be combined in your punishment. Now, this is the Georgia Department of Corrections website. This is Bryson with his mugshot. Year of birth is 2003, bro. That's disgusting. 2003. And this, I don't even believe has been updated yet. His most recent institution was Washington. His max possible release date was 2031, but this was before. These are the old charges that he was in prison for. This hasn't been updated yet. Incarceration end 2024. Incarceration begin 2025. This hasn't been updated. Because when this updates, that fucking release date is gonna have 105 years added to it. His release date's gonna be what, 2136? It's gonna be some stupid shit. True story. Now this is just a clear-cut example of one of the fastest ways to fry your life.
Damn.
Fuck freedom. You're gone. Done. I don't know how it is with Georgia as far as like you know, how much time he would have to do, like percentage wise, but what percent would knock down 80 years that you have to do in prison? You know what I mean? It doesn't sound good either way you look at it. In Georgia, for those that don't know, has been like the deadliest prison system in current times. They're getting smoked at record numbers in Georgia. They got videos coming out of people stabbing each other. The Bloods and GDs just went to war. 3 people died. And he's a white boy, so unless he's gonna be on that, you know, nazi shit, or fucking, I don't even know if you could say that word on YouTube. Or I think they got like a lot of like ghost GDs or some shit in fucking Georgia. I don't know how it is over there, bro. But that's a rough bid. Georgia's rough time. That shit ain't sweet. Somebody I was in prison with in Florida, he's doing a life sentence right now in Georgia because he just unfortunately couldn't get it together when he got out, got involved in some shit, somebody got killed. And he's told me, Georgia's different. It's fucked. It's worse than the Florida prisons we were in. Big dumbass knives, COs ain't on nothing. They got real street clothes in there. Motherfuckers is wearing fucking Louis and fucking all types of shit. They got drip, chains, watches, phones, big ass knives, big bags of drugs, and fucking, it's just all out warfare. But I don't know. It's just hard because if you got a kid that's getting into dumb shit, how do you make them understand what the fuck they're potentially walking into? Over breaking into cars. Realistically, nothing that he got out of that situation was that valuable, bro. I guarantee you he never had more than 10K. Guarantee you. You're not like, what are you getting out of the car, bro? A couple guns? You're in Georgia. Guns go for dirt cheap. Everybody got a fucking gun. You could trip and fall and land on a gun in Georgia. It's the same shit as Florida. It's just sad.
105 years, gang, for car hopper, bro. That shit is wicked. Hey, what?